Good evening, everyone. It is March 25th, 2024, 6 o'clock. It's time for the Red Wing School Board meeting. I'll call it to order. We have all board members present, but Ms. Buck, who's ill, along with Superintendent Wagner. I will ask you to stand and join me with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Welcome, everyone. We expect everyone to stay for the entire meeting. It won't be that long, actually. So
That's a joke.
with it, the board in front of you is the agenda. Is there any additions or corrections you'd like to make? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion for the agenda as presented.
So moved.
Moved by Ms. Rowe, second by Ms. Schuldenfelder. Any discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carried. Anybody ready to read the mission statement? Anybody want to do that?
I can do it.
Okay, Ms. Rowe?
The mission of the Red Wing Public Schools is to educate and inspire all students as they realize their full potential and become respectful, responsible, and productive citizens.
Very good, thank you. Our educational plan is up on the back wall at all of our meetings. We have, next up is student and school showcase. Who's gonna take the first, who won the flip of the coin? Okay, come on up here, introduce yourselves.
I'll sit up here, guys.
You can all stand if you want.
Okay, that's good.
Tell us your names and why you're here and what you accomplished and all that.
Okay, so I'm here with the boys swimming and diving team, and there were 6 boys that qualified for state this year. And what I've asked them to do is to introduce themselves, their grade, and what they competed in, and then a highlight from the season. So Ezra?
I'm Ezra Dennis. I'm a senior captain, and I went to state in the 200 free relay. My highlight of the season is the team dinners.
I'm Ethan Erkey. I'm a junior captain. I went to state in the 200 free relay and the 100 fly, which I placed 7th in finals. A highlight of the season was being able to go to state with the 4 other guys that came with me in the divers.
My name's Gavin McGill. I'm a junior. I qualified in the 200 free relay. Highlight for me was qualifying for state.
I'm Eli Flatham. I'm a sophomore. I qualified in the 200 free relay, and my favorite thing of the season was just going to state.
I'm Zach. I qualified for state in diving. My highlight of the year was getting to know everyone on the team better.
My name's Landon Nelson. I went to state for diving. I placed 9th, and my highlight of the year was probably just getting to go to state with everyone.
Welcome. What an accomplishment.
Yeah.
Hold on, man, we're not done. What's that? Who placed second?
Zach
did? Okay, you didn't
didn't
grade.
say it.
That's great. Congratulations. Now tell me, how many are on the team? Number wise. I won't ask you to repeat all their names.
Like 16, I think.
16?
Yeah.
And the boys?
I think the girls is like double, but
Yeah.
Good, good. Now, what other pools did you compete in this year?
We competed in Century, JM, Rochester, the Rec Center, U of M, Lakeville. That's it. Ours. Yeah, ours.
Well, good, good. Well, congratulations. Thanks for coming up here and taking time to be recognized by us. We appreciate everything you do and the positive influence you have on people in your swimming team and in your school. So thank you.
Thank you.
Can we get a picture real quick?
Could I just share that the Red Wing has a swim club for people interested in swimming. There's a swim club for younger students up to 6th grade. Well, actually it goes past sixth grade. And in the summer, there's a Learn to Dive class if people are interested in that, so.
Awesome. Rumor has it that there were some pool records broken this year. Is that true?
That's true.
What were they?
One was at New Prague and the other was at Lakeville and the other was at Century, I think.
Yeah, and they were yours then, right? Your diving record.
Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to verify because it wasn't clear. Congratulations.
I have kind of a wonky question for the divers, but how many of you grew up on a trampoline?
Yeah.
Of all the divers I've ever known, because I know a few, trampoliners. It's really smart. So, good job.
Photo right here?
Yeah.
All right. Why don't we let since they're so tall, why don't they get on their knees in front, their elbow behind them, how's that?
You guys go.
There we go.
And we'll surround you.
Show your Cooper, do you guys want to slide over to you? Not you guys, you like go back to the school board.
Show your things.
Just
You
get
want
over.
them to show their things?
Yeah.
I don't have
I'll
one.
just have one.
Yeah.
Okay, Zach. No, we're good.
Okay, all right, ready? Okay, 1, 2, 3. One more, 1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
Good.
Congratulations. Tammy?
I know you're.
Next but not least, we have another group. Who's taking this?
All of us?
You saw the drill we just did there.
Yeah.
Come on up here.
Hello, my name is Heather Finholm. I am the Redmond High School competitive speech coach. When I'm not coaching speech, I teach math by day here in the district. So I took the liberty of doing some math on our team this season. We have 33 amazing young people who have been participating this season. Together, those 33 young people have put in a collective 257 hours of practice during the speech season, and our season isn't over yet. Our team has earned 3 team top-level sweepstake trophies, and multiple students have brought home awards at every tournament we've gone to. But above and beyond the awards and those trophies and that physical recognition, what amazes me every time I show up and work with these amazing young people is their dedication, their commitment, and their courage, and their willingness to lean in, their ability to accept loss with grace, and their ability to do something that many adults can't do, which is to accept constructive criticism and sometimes even come back asking, begging for more of that meaningful feedback and criticism to always make themselves better. As a speech coach, I could talk a lot longer, but I'll make sure to give them time to talk as well. I will just say before I pass the microphone to these amazing speakers, that I would like to extend an invitation to school board and community next Wednesday, April 3rd. We will have our annual speech team showcase, which is free and open to the public. It will be held, we'll start with a senior night recognition at 5:30 and then have 2 rounds of performances. It's free and open to the public, and it will be right here at Red Wing High School. I'll let you guys introduce yourselves and share about speech.
So I'm Jonah, I'm the team's manager. I communicate between both our team and all of our wonderful coaches and basically keep things running and planning things along with the other leadership. I've been in speech for 6 years, and over the years I've primarily competed in creative expression, but this year I took a little jump into storytelling and ended up taking 6th at our conference meet. And then I've also competed in dramatic duo, also with Alina. And then speech has changed my life personally for the better by giving me an outlet, just a place to talk about really anything, and surrounding myself with a bunch of positive people. And it's also helped me overcome a lot of my own personal social anxiety and given me a fundamental skill, like Heather said, that most adults can't do. I appreciate the friends that I've made through it, including my amazing dramatic and creative duo partner.
I went on a bit of a tangent, I'm sorry. Hello, my name is Alina Gonzalez, and I've been an active member in the Red Wing speech team for 6 going on 7 years, and this is my 2nd year as a speech team captain. Over the course of my speech career, I've done several categories, including creative expression, dramatic and creative duo with Jonah Penna, impromptu, and I'm the 4th extemporaneous reader in our conference. I've seen so much evolvement and growth from the members of the team, and I am so grateful to be a captain of such a beautiful community. Speech has taught me so much. It's humbled me. It showed me how absolutely necessary public speaking is, and I now forever get to have this special skill that will take me places. Oh. Even this competitive season, I've seen first-year members grow out of their shells and turn into some of the best speakers I know. I've watched my own sibling learn how to find his voice, and he now carries a skill that will benefit him in the future. My fellow captains have shown great leadership skills, and I've been incredibly lucky to work alongside them, as well as Heather Finholm and our other coaches, to grow as a team and as a community. Our team is so valuable to me. We are different personalities that go together perfectly. This team is my family. I'm proud of each and every single one of my teammates, and I've seen growth in each and every one. I've made best friends. I've cheered till I've lost my voice. I've clapped until my hands were numb, but it's all worth it for this team and for this community. I will forever treasure the time I've spent with our Red Wing speech team, and as I prepare to graduate next year, speech will be the last thing I'll leave behind. Thank you.
I don't have as much to say. No, you're good. I'm Emery Tift. I'm a senior captain. I have been doing serious poetry for every year I've been in speech. Poetry has my heart. I love my team so much, and I can't really put into words how much speech really means to me. It's very, I don't know if a lot of people realize how helpful it is to, like, when I started speech, I could not do this at all. This made me throw up. But now, after years of it, it has helped me so much. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Carly Waddle. I've been a captain for 2 years, and I'm a junior. And I've been in speech for 7.
Yes,
7. Wow. Okay. I have done drama, which is super sad. Did not fit. Duo, which and I've been in humorous for the rest of my career, and I'm gonna keep on going in humorous because I like to think that I'm funny. I started speech because my mom made me, because I was very shy and could not even imagine speaking to this many people, that I would be hiding in the corner probably crying. But now I'm up here and I'm doing it. And I shouldn't have gone last because you guys said everything I wanted to say. But speech really is a family, and we're with each other when we're at our high and at our low, because it's really hard to perform, think you do really well, and then not score or like get an award. But we're with each other and we support each other. And when you do finally break through that glass ceiling and get an award, we are there to scream as loud as we can and to celebrate. So it's really a great community, and we're a family that I think will go on through when we're out of high school too. Like, I know that we'll always have that connection. So yeah.
Thank you so
Very
much.
good. Well, thank you for coming. Congratulations. I mean, 6, 7 years. It's not easy to speak in front of people you don't know.
Yeah.
But to be able to overcome that, speaks volumes for where you are today. So thank you for coming here. I look forward to the 3rd of April, going up at H-Pod and watching you.
Have you been to one before?
I have not. I'm going this year.
It's gonna change your life.
It's gonna change my life.
I watched some of you last year in Northfield. Life changing. It was just a whole different experience to watch. You're facing the walls before you go in. Yeah, thank you for representing Red Wing.
Now, have you done any stand-up comedy?
I have not.
That's the next push, huh?
Yes, that's the next goal.
Okay. Other questions or comments? Can we get a picture with you?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh, we do get fancy. We can both take it, or I can send you all of them. Okay, I'll send it to you. Are you getting the official one? You should go get it. Okay. Sure? Yes.
I'm not gonna get on my knees.
Yes. Okay, are you ready? Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Hang on, I gotta do that. We don't know how to share. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Really well done. Emily, I'll send it. Thank you. Thank you all.
Are y'all not sticking around now?
I got you some dinner.
Oh, we don't eat out.
I haven't been there.
Yeah. I used to take a break back in the day. Yeah, and I did speech.
Okay, moving on, we got recognitions and upcoming events. We heard about May 3rd at 5:30 up in H-Pod. April 3rd, April 3rd, yes.
So I just wanted to share a little bit about my last week. I had the privilege of being able to go with the band and choir on their trip to Italy, and it was fantastic. It was an amazing experience. And so I just want to thank a few different groups of people that were a part of that. First of all, the Wings Foundation for their generous financial donation to help students pay for the trip. Second, the students, they were polite, thoughtful, behavior was amazing. It was incredible to watch their performances. The band was able to perform at 3 different places, the choir officially at 4 different places, but Mr. Perro was great at finding these little steps here and there where they could sing a song or two, which was absolutely amazing. It was fun for me to be able to watch the audience while the kids were performing. I have these students are used to performing for parents and family members, and not a lot of other people are at their concerts, so it was really great to have a variety of different people watching and really enjoying the music. The chaperones, there were, I think it was maybe 30 chaperones, don't quote me on that, but several chaperones went along, keep the students safe, cared for. We had some homesickness, we had some physical sickness. Chaperones were there to help take care of all of that. So thank you for that. Mandy Stokes, her calm, patient presence was much appreciated. She was the administrator there with us, and she was just fantastic. And then finally, John Vina and Scott Perro for their idea to do this, for the planning ahead of time, working with grand tours, the preparation of the students before and after school, having rehearsals so that they were prepared musically as well as just ready to go on this amazing trip, and for their leadership while we were there. It was exhausting, but absolutely amazing and memorable for all of us, so thank you.
Thank you. Else have anything else? Spring break was last week, but that's, we won't get into those stories.
Alan shared that it's National Cleaning Week.
Yeah.
And so a huge shout out to our crew that keeps our buildings, our sidewalks, our parking lots just also clean and great, our custodial staff, maintenance workers. Thank you. We obviously, we take a lot of pride in our buildings and our grounds, and so thank you for all that your crew does.
It was, hopefully they were good today, because this was a heart attack snow.
Oh, yeah.
This stuff was heavy. They call it another thing, but I'm not gonna say that. Yeah. But, anybody else have anything? Okay, we'll move along. Public comment. Anybody here for public comment? Anybody back there signed up for public comment? Okay, none. Administrative reports.
So we are going to.
Excuse me, I did not get an email.
I did not.
Okay. Anyways.
Administrative reports, I'm gonna have Megan, our new SRO, come up to the front. I just would like to introduce you to her.
You can just sit.
Sit, okay.
You can sit if you like.
I had to say to her, Megan, how do we pronounce your last name? Bulgy?
Yes.
So.
But it's
Megan,
okay because I go by Officer Megan in the school, so you can just go by my first name.
So, Principal Fuchs and I had the opportunity to actually sit in on the interview, when Megan interviewed in was it January?
This November.
It was?
Yeah.
It was a long time ago.
Dan left her in the.
Yeah. Remarkable interview. She's been doing some dynamic, awesome interaction. The one thing, and I'll just talk about our interactions, is she's very like forward thinking. So when we interact in the hallway, she'll say, I thought about this, or these are things that I know I can do. Or I'm brainstorming this. I just really appreciate that about you. But let us know a little bit more about your background and who you are.
So I have a bachelor's degree in psychology, so not quite law enforcement related, but it works in this job. I spent my first 4 years in a kindergarten teaching setting and then went back to school for a certification in law enforcement. So I've been doing this job for about 2.5 years on patrol. And this opportunity came up and I thought, what better way to get back into the school? Like I love kids. I love this setting. So it just felt like a perfect fit. Personal things, I do live here in Red Wing, so that's one of the reasons why this means a lot to me, because this is our future, and this is my future for my children here. So the school system is very important to me. Getting married this summer, all that jazz. So, yeah.
Where are you from?
Farmington.
Farmington.
Yep.
Good.
Yep.
Well, welcome.
Thanks.
I've seen you in the hallways. I talked to you one time.
Yeah.
And she is at Twin Bluff as well,
Mhm.
Principal Beerman, so I think they have the luxury of having her around and working with her in the school.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Any questions? Just wanted to have a face with a name and talk to her. She's got great ideas and she's ready to talk in the hallways.
Oh, yes.
You gotta have that be able to communicate this job here.
Yes, you do.
Talk to somebody.
Yep.
So, well, welcome.
Thank you.
Glad you're here.
Thank you so much.
Have a good evening.
Just a couple of administrative updates. You actually stole the line to highlight that it is National Cleaning Week, so we are celebrating the work and the leadership that Ann does with our building and grounds and our custodial, especially after today was quite significant work that we have. We have a little bit of freezing rain coming tomorrow. So I don't know if that's shoveling or icing or salting or whatever we have to do, but we do appreciate our custodial and building and grounds. And then last but not least, it sounds like Sunnyside has several kindergarten and first grade field trips coming up. So they are looking forward to going to Red Wing Shoe, to is it Perkins Farms, and then also to Shoe Park. So lots of fun things coming up. And then I do believe Allegra met with Sheldon Theater for the upcoming place for next year, so we're excited for that partnership as well. So those are just some administrative updates, and then you have all of the other school updates as well from our building administrators.
Any questions? There are none. Committee updates. Anybody have any committee updates they want to share?
The Joint Powers Committee met on March 14th. They reviewed the agreement, and the agreement's been in effect since 1996, so we're on our 28th year. They talked about community recreation hires, the pool, and outdoor sports fields, and on April 8th, community recreation will be presenting to the city council about pay structure and returning and new staff for the water park. I know that we've really struggled to get people in the water park, so I think we're really going to try and work together more to figure out a better pay structure and being able to staff a great resource here in Redmond. That is about it for Joint Powers, and then with negotiations. We're waiting to hear back from teachers, I think, on our last meeting. We've got, negotiations coming up with custodians and food service.
Support personnel tomorrow.
And support personnel tomorrow.
Well, it's not tomorrow, it's next
Wednesday? Wednesday.
Before winter.
Yes, forward, lots of things going on. Hopefully, we're getting close to wrapping up many or most.
Anyone else have any? Yes?
LMC today, as I mentioned last time, I think, Well at Work RFPs have gone out and have been returned, so they were meeting right after a subgroup after the meeting to kind of go through some of those and start processing that information.
Good. Ms. Bjornson and I attended MSBA at the Capitol on Monday. The morning was some panelists, some legislators. It was I thought very good.
It was.
Unfortunately, the only thing they had to do a survey after, the only thing I said is, we weren't allowed to ask questions afterwards, because they had predetermined questions, which I understand. But, we handed out the letter to a few people up there too, that besides our own legislators. And then we met with them, our 2 legislators, and, Jerry's got her picture taken with Representative Altendorf. And,
So did you.
and I was there too, yeah. And then, I met with Senator Drazkowski too about it. And we have some things, we're working with them, talking to them about the mascot funding issue. Don't think we'll see anything there, but doesn't hurt to put it on people's radar for the Capitol, especially when they mandate something and don't fund it. We won't go on tonight because I don't have enough hours in the day for unfunded mandates, so.
I would say the 2 panels we saw were the Senate Education Policy Committee and the House Education Policy Committee, and there were 2 members from the DFL and 2 members from the Republican Party, and I was very heartened to hear how these people are working together in a nonpartisan way during a time when partisanship seems to be running rampant. It made me feel good to hear these people respecting each other and appreciating each other and working together for our kids at the Capitol. So.
One interesting question was the last question they asked all the legislators. Who from the other party do you wish you could bring over to your party? So they had to answer that. I thought that was very interesting. They said, oh, without this person, without that person. So you can tell that, we hear the bickering all the time. They do that. But they forged some relationships up there. And at the end of the day, they have a very small, either minority or majority, whatever it is up there. And whichever side you're on, at the end of the day, they gotta work for all of us. And we're hoping to make some progress with some of that with the letter, but we'll keep plugging away on that, so.
And there was very little hesitation on anybody's part. They very easily named off several people in the other party that they would work with, and I thought that was very lovely too. Gives me hope for the future.
All right, anything else? Consent agenda. Anybody wish to have anything pulled from the consent agenda? Hearing none. I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
So moved.
Moved by Ms. Ossendorf. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Tiff. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Donations and grants. Superintendent Wagner.
We have 2, both designated for the Red Wing track team. The first one in the amount of $500 from the Delta Waterfalls Southeast Metro Minnesota, and $750 donated by the Red Wing Wildlife League.
Okay.
Those donations.
Very nice, generous donation by these groups. One very local and the other was in the southern metro, so southeast. So is there a Motion to approve the resolution,
So moved.
moved by Ms. Bjornsted, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Ossendorf, roll call vote, because it's resolution, Ms. Schoenfelder,
Aye.
Ms. Ossendorf,
Aye.
Ms. Bjornsted,
Aye.
Ms. Rowe,
Aye.
Ms. Tiff,
Aye.
chair votes aye. Thank you very much again for the generous donation. We got Wendy German, and Alan Gaylor. Come on up, front and center, introduce yourselves so people in the audience know which one is which.
Thanks, Jim. So I'm Alan Gaylor, Buildings and Grounds Director for the Red Wing School District, and I am here this evening to introduce you to Wendy. As you know, Shonda used to be in Wendy's position. Shonda chose a different career path. So in August 23rd of 2023, we brought in Wendy, who is from Meridian, the same company that Shonda worked for. And with that, I'll just let her tell you a little bit about what she does for the district. She does work in the Buildings and Grounds Department, but she does many other things throughout the district that I'll let her kind of share with you guys.
So yeah, you guys know Shonda. Oh, sorry, I'll introduce my name is Wendy German. I'm your health and safety consultant. I've been here since August. So you guys kind of knew Shonda as kind of the COVID queen, but we didn't know that she has been with the district for she had been with the district for 10 years probably. And she's kind of the backbone of health and safety, and our jobs kind of took a turn when COVID came, just like everybody's did. So I'm here to kind of tell you what I do today in a world where COVID is kind of on the sidelines now. So my main job as a health and safety consultant is to support different departments when health and safety and their departments kind of collide. So for example, the Human Resources Department has OSHA paperwork for work comp injuries. That's something that I take care of. I assign required trainings for all new employees as well as the annual trainings. I work with Health Services and Joni with her OSHA related programs. One of the first programs I dug into was our bloodborne pathogen program, which kind of gave us an opportunity to update verbiage and an opportunity for her to continue to train her staff correctly. I can support A&E communications with website updates that are regarding health and safety. But what I do think my most support is with Alan and Buildings and Grounds, with all the different inspections and annual things that need to happen throughout the year. I made a list because I didn't want to be like deer in the headlights of things that I've done in the last 5-6 months. Things like annual auto lift inspections, bleacher inspections, science lab fume hood inspections, sprinkler inspections, asbestos inspections every 6 months, hazardous waste pickups, Homeland Security Tier 2 reports, compressed gas audits, OSHA 300 logs. I maintain the AEDs. Some of the bigger projects, I don't know, does everybody understand? Like as a consultant, I am in this district 1 day a week. I'm usually here on Wednesdays, unless we have bigger projects going on. A couple of my bigger projects have been water testing and radon testing. We did water testing in 3 buildings over winter break. And then just last month, we did radon testing in all of the buildings. And then just to rattle off a few things that I have on my radar coming up. I have science lab inspections that are required by the fire marshal annually. We are putting in new outdoor AED cabinets on the fields, which is kind of exciting. And then continue to update programs and kind of update verbiage where I can. And just to be a support to different departments where I can be.
But she does a lot too with our vector training that you guys were talking earlier. She's the one that assigns everybody the vector training, so.
You rattled off quite a few things.
I know. I didn't want
to keep up with you.
I know.
Any questions for either one of these two? Good.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time this evening.
Hold it, we got somebody who wants a question.
Well, the next part
Oh,
of the
yes.
MSBA model
Yes.
policy
Oh, yes.
7, I have not been doing it justice, so maybe it's the final read for us today, but maybe giving us a little bit more background on why you decided to go with the model policy and maybe what updates.
Well, that hadn't been updated since, was it 2013? And I think just the verbiage within that model policy just makes more sense.
Sure.
I think it's pretty simple.
Health and safety policy.
Yep.
I just want to give you some credit, like that's a policy that you've been working on and we're moving forward with the final read. So.
Okay, we have the people that present that policy here, they help craft it. We have the final reading. Is there any questions for anyone on policy 807? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to replace our policy 807 with health and safety policy with MSBA model policy, we'll name it 807 also.
So moved.
So moved by Ms. Rowe. Is there a second? Second by Ms. Schoenfelder. Is there any questions, comments? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. for doing that.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
You too.
Don't buy that Honda either. You showed me a picture of a Honda, similar to the one we had to tow in one time.
That I did not know.
Did I say that out
Share
loud?
with you? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Teacher non-renewals.
So every year, we have to come before the board to present our non-renewals for various reasons that are listed in the board packet. So, for purposes of today, we have 3 teachers that are on the non-renewal list for various reasons, so just looking for a resolution for those non-renewals.
Okay. It's a resolution, so we'll do a roll call vote on that. Can we do them all at one time? All three at one time? I think we can. It's the same language, because we only have it once here, so, well, you want to say the names at all for the record? So
I don't think we,
don't need to, okay, we have 3 that are in our board book.
right.
There's 3 teachers, okay. Anybody want to make a motion to approve the resolution relating to termination, non-renewal for teacher contracts as presented?
So moved.
Moved by Ms. Schoenfelder, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Ossendorf, any discussion? This is a resolution, correct? Ms. Rowe?
Aye.
Ms. Tiff?
Aye.
Ms. Schoenfelder?
Aye.
Ms. Ossendorf?
Aye.
Ms. Dornstedt?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Thank you. Contracted services.
All right, so in the collective bargaining agreement for teachers, we have an April 1st deadline for continuation of related services that we purchased through GCD. So those services are OT, PT, social work, and the list, deaf, hard of hearing. Essentially, the services that we either share or we have full-time that are purchased through GCD for specialized services, and sure my assistant special ed directors can jump in. The recommendation that I have for that is that we continue with the purchase services for related services. They are hard to fill positions. We do often share with other districts. The only recommendation I will add to that is that Red Wing Public School District Leadership Team, whether it's Director of Finance and Operations, Human Resources, Director of Teaching and Learning, are at the table when those conversations are had with building principals as well. So it's just an added recommendation, which I believe, based on the creatively focused audit, was a recommendation to actually add in. So that's one portion of this. We do have additional contracted services that are not in the collective bargaining agreement that we will look at in terms of those services, but that may be rendered through just communication with executive director and the GCD board. I'm looking at how we partner with those positions, again, to lead into the creatively focused recommendations on how to optimize the partnership and actually have streamlined communication between Red Wing and GCD. So that will be crafted in a letter and then presented to executive director at GCD and then also the board at GCD, if the board chooses to do that.
So tonight is per the teacher's contract,
Yep.
those positions
Related
stand
services.
and be involved in the decision-making of who, of the people, or of,
Related services tonight.
Yep.
And if the board so chooses, just to move forward with communication, with just streamlining our partnership with GC, having communications about the recommendations from
you've heard the recommendation, are there questions? Otherwise, we'll do an entertain a motion, then we can go into questions. Is there a motion to one way or the other?
I'll make a motion to continue the contracted services outlined.
Motion by Ms. Ossendorf to continue. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Tiff. Any discussion? Seeing none, hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Amend the 2024 meeting schedule. Now, this is probably my fault. So I was not at the meeting. I was at the That last
You
meeting,
weren't
meeting
at the
two.
February 20th.
I was at the February 20th meeting, and, and we had a discussion during the agenda meeting about why are we starting at noon, if we're doing second round interviews. Because there was talk at one time doing a board meeting on the 8th and 22nd, kind of like we did in March, move them back, but I probably messed it all up, but, I mean, I have a commitment on the 15th that I can adjust. You didn't know that when you made that decision, so if you wanna leave it as it is, meet on the 1st and 15th at the same designated time you did on the 20th, I'm fine with that. If you wanna move it, you wanna do the 15th in the afternoon, the second round of interviews, we can do that. Or just leave it as is. Yes.
I think one reason we were talking about having the second round interviews start earlier is because those candidates would then be able to tour the district as we did last time. So, but we can't really change when those second round interviews are. That's not what you're asking.
No.
Just starting them later.
Okay.
But, I think right now it's planning, my understanding of it, talking to acting chair at the time, Mr. Jornsted, there's a school board meeting that night too.
Yes.
So that's
Yes.
kind of why you.
That
want
was
to
part of
know.
it too.
And if we started at 3, they could still do or 2 o'clock, whatever. I'm just that's my fault probably for.
Yeah, I went back and watched the tape and we talked about, because it's a Monday, if people were coming from out of town. And we talked about, last year when we started the second round later, there were candidates that were touring empty buildings. And you can't really get a feel for a school when there are no people in it. And so that was why, and also because we had a regular meeting after that, so all those things.
That's fine, it was stated. Now, the only other thing is on Thursday, when we meet with Barb Dorn on our candidates, we may only have a few interviews too. That's just something to keep in mind.
Yeah.
If the number's small, we may only want to do one interview, so we won't even have to do that. We could also we could do another date where they can come back at any time. But we don't know that. Because we have less this year that applied than we did a year ago.
So you're saying that the meeting next week would still happen,
Well, that's,
April 1st.
you still have that one scheduled. Right?
right? I think so.
There first and 15, but there was discussion at one time about moving those, but we never finalized that. So,
I don't think we could move that one to the 8th, because that's when we have interviews, and we may want that full amount of time.
so we'll just leave it as it is, the 1st and 15th, the school board meetings at 5 or 6, whatever it is. And interviews on the 8th and 15th at DP.
Are you keeping workshops for those days?
We'll do a workshop, I don't think we have much, do you have time for a workshop next week?
Do we need a workshop next week?
I would say we'd probably be better off to do a workshop.
The 1st and not do a workshop on the 15th.
The 15th, I would say it would be nice to not have a workshop, since
On the
we have
15th?
interviews, gives us more time for those interviews.
Yeah.
Would you,
Or to have a break in between.
I'm gonna say we'll start the board, we'll just say we're gonna start the board meeting at 5 on the 15th, that way if we get done at 4:30, we don't have to wait around for an hour and a half to that.
But Rachel has pizza.
Huh?
You perked up for that.
Wait, can we? We're not starting a board meeting at 5, right?
On the 15th, no, I'm just saying, on the 15th, you probably wanna say you'll start the time earlier in case you get done with the interviews earlier.
No, because posting is important.
Posting, if you get done at 5 o'clock, you have to wait an hour because you can't start the board meeting till 6.
We can start the board meeting late, but we can't start it early.
Right, so that's why we put it at 5.
That's my suggestion, if that's what the board wants to do.
It makes sense. Because
So-
again.
And
we
no
can-
board meeting on the 22nd, correct?
No board meeting, yeah.
Okay.
So let's do a motion on the April 15th, no workshop, and the board meeting can start at 5. If we're done with the interviews in time.
Yeah, you do want pizza.
So
I know
moved.
you said pizza.
So moved.
Is there a second? Second. Any discussion? If It's clear as mud there over there, Mr. Miller.
We're still thinking about.
Are we getting pizza?
That's not his motion.
TBD.
Did you bring it in? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. She's writing down pizza, I think, over here.
Yeah, sorry for my unprofessional behavior.
All right, so we've adjusted the calendar. We'll have Lisa advertise the school board meeting at 5 on the 15th. Everything else stays the same. And the meeting on Thursday starts at 5. As far as I know.
Yes, this
And
Thursday.
remember, we'll be talking, we'll get some paperwork, we'll be talking by letters of the applicants. Only?
Only numbers of questions,
Oh, any
words.
Any other
Yes,
reference to anything other than the letter.
correct.
And we will not be streaming that. We'll tape it. People wanna, and people are welcome to come in the audience and watch as they present the vetting of the candidates to us that night. Questions?
Are we still on the upcoming meetings and future topics?
We are. Let's just kind of on that.
Well, so I'm looking at the tentative meeting topics, and the next time we have a finance update is scheduled for May 6th. I'd like to see something on the calendar somewhere in April.
Yes.
We can do
Because-
a regular board meeting on the 15th.
So-
Well, the first, we can do it on the first.
We have a lot, it would be great if we would have something available and ready by next week, if that's
We'll see.
possible. It sounds
One of the
like
2
we've
weeks.
got some things that we need to continue discussing.
Okay.
And
How about-
sooner rather than later is probably better.
We'll check with Lisa, what works best.
Yeah.
So she
So,
has ample time.
yeah, we have, when the finance committee met, there are RFPs from, different companies or auditors. Yeah, and, Lisa is ready to propose that, I believe. So maybe, we could find out, tomorrow for our agenda meeting, and then we'll figure out, but you're right. I'm sure Lisa wants to come and talk to us before, May.
Well, and if we need to be right-sizing a budget or making changes, I think those changes need to happen as soon as we can.
Right.
Make those changes.
We'll try for next Monday, if not 3 Mondays, how's that? But we gotta let her, that's the 15th.
Right, so either the 1st or the 15th.
Will that be in a workshop, or will that be during the regular meeting?
Be during the,
Regular meeting. Because there is no
If you during the workshop, it's on the 1st. We'll be at the regular meeting, it's on the 15th.
Okay, thank you.
I have 2 potential items. Cell phone policy was brought up today by a board member, just to kind of revisit that and look at
Who
that.
is that?
What policy?
Cell phone policy. Or the cell phone policy. And then this is just maybe an open question that came with our 2-hour late start today, which is something that we haven't done a lot of, from what I've been told. And I was asked by staff members on whether or not we market to major news outlets, which we don't. But I don't have the historical context of why we do not do that. We don't currently have a contract. I'm looking for anybody with background information.
I looked at that last night, and you can go like KTTC, fill out the request online. Probably can do it online to all of the local.
Sure, I just don't know if there's a membership or cost that's.
No. Timmy, do you remember?
I do not.
It was something Karsten did not want to do, because I brought it up with him at one point, and he said with emails, phone calls, and Facebook, that was enough. But also, like, I think it's really important that our community knows that we're taking care of our children and our staff. And like, in our situation, grandparents knowing who take our children to school. And also I talked to a sub today in our building, and they had no idea there was a 2-hour late start today. Because it wasn't posted anywhere, they don't get the school emails, they don't get the phone calls, and they're not on Facebook.
So we call TOC directly, so that would be a matter of connecting with, because we did call TOC.
Okay.
So TOC was notified, so whether or not that information was sent out, but.
Communication is communication is breakdown of many things. It's hard to communicate to everybody if they're not around or whatever, so we do our best.
Yeah,
Just got
I
to be-
remember when we stopped doing it.
It was just, it was kind of a late thing last night.
Of course. And I remember when we stopped, but I can't recall the discussion.
I think you were right, though.
And
All
it's
right,
on the
any other upcoming meetings, topics? Entertain a motion to adjourn. What's that?
I'm sure we'll think of some.
So moved.
I'll second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Sorry.
Okay.
I know.
All right, just every night.
Yeah.
Just-
No, it's not.